Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. We are late night tonight. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I say late. I guess probably the California listeners are probably.
It's still 10:30. It's.
I mean, that's It's late if you're old fuck.
Yeah. In other words, it's late for me. Yes, I get it.
So how are you gentlemen doing tonight?
I'm very exhausted. I had 2 shows this weekend, or this past weekend. Really, really fun stuff though. The live stream actually is on YouTube under Cool FM's. It's called Cool FM, the YouTube channel, and they live stream all of Thunder Mountain's shows. So we had a show at a Army base on Friday, and then a show at Douglas High School on Saturday, which both were really good. The Army base show, we had close to 500 people there, which was fucking rad. Yeah, we're currently trying to get them to do more shows, and they said it was one of the best events that they've ever put on there. So it was awesome. I got to open the show, which I never get to fucking do. I was so happy, curtain jerking, and it was like ideal because it's me and this other guy that are 2 monster characters beating up a couple of floppy-headed Canadians at a U.S. Army base. So the American monsters beating the shit out of, the 2 foreigners. It was easy fucking money and just fun.
That's awesome.
Nice. Go check that out, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. So.
Me and Chavero debuted our new tag finisher, and it's let's just say it's pretty fucking badass. It's on my Instagram if you want to see it.
Oh, sweet. I will check that out. We don't have much in the way of news, but just a couple things. One of which, John Carpenter getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Fucking long overdue.
Yeah, there have been a few questionable ones over the years where I'm like, how the hell do we?
Well, someone just has to pay for it. I mean, if we're just telling you how it is, someone has to sponsor, then someone has to pay for it. That's why Vince McMahon's
all right, boys.
100 years.
Time to get Kruger on the fucking Walk of Fame, dude.
There you go. Yeah, I'm imagining that's a hefty price to get.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I'm kind of curious, although I don't know. Are there? I haven't walked and checked in a long time, but it feels like most are big stars. Like there's not a lot of like B movie people there that I remember, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you count Vince, I mean, he's B movie to the regular Hollywood.
I mean, technically, he's produced some big stuff, I guess.
How many workers? Because I know Hogan has one. I know Andre has one. I wonder if Taker,
yes, we're talking about the Walk of Fame. No, there's not an Undertaker.
No Taker.
No.
That needs to happen.
That up next.
I mean, well, there's a Donald Trump one. Does that?
No.
There's a Reagan one too, isn't there?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Yeah, there has to be one.
Yeah. I feel like there probably was, but yeah.
We need a Lloyd Kaufman one.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Like
unironically, yes, because
I
the amount of time that guy has been around.
He's dedicated his whole life to filmmaking, for fuck's sake. Like legit his whole goddamn life. And that's an old motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And Charles Band too. Both belong there. In my opinion.
One thing I did want to bring up, did you guys see the Primitive War trailer?
Yeah, I think I posted that in the Discord.
I am so hyped. Big budget dinosaur movies fucking reign again. Yeah. It doesn't look like it has a massive budget, but like way higher than I was expecting. I was expecting a sci-fi movie basically, and fucking no, looks pretty rad. So does it have a release date yet?
I don't know about the release date. It's like Vietnam, but dinosaurs, right? Yeah. Kind of the gimmick.
Yeah, it's a book adaptation.
So Haley Davis, what's up, Haley? What's up, Orc? Says it's $75K and a nomination. So there must be some kind of nomination.
That's what I said. Yeah, you have to get nominated. So
yeah,
but I'm sure you can buy that off too.
Probably, but 75K is not as high as I would have expected that to be honest.
I mean,
it's a lot of marks that would pay it just to, like lawyers and shit that might, like, I'll give my kid a star. I don't know, but yeah. The only other bit of news I had, which I thought was interesting, Talk to Me Too, which the brothers do have a new movie coming out with Sally Hawkins that looks awesome, but they've got 2 scripts for it and they're deciding which one they think's better. But kind of happy to hear we're getting Talk to Me Too.
Those fools have that deathmatch documentary coming out at some point too.
Oh, fuck it. Well, got to get you on that. That's
I think it's already done, but fucking because one of them actually had a like he does deathmatch shit.
Yeah. Their YouTube channel goes back.
Yeah, Raka. Yeah. Well, one of them dresses up like Ronald McDonald, and he's a way cooler clown than the other fucking one that we have.
Less carny.
Yeah, way less corny.
I did finally see, I know Dan asked me, I think last show or whatever. I did finally see that Art House Thunderbolts trailer.
Yeah. Like, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
That's the Marvel one.
Oh yeah, that actually looks good. I was like,
you must have saw the Art House.
Yeah, well, because fucking I didn't realize it was a Marvel movie until like the very end, and then I was like, wait, David Harbour in here? Okay, like I'm in, and then I fucking put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, oh, it's that fucking shit. Now I'm less interested.
Yeah.
I don't do Marvel movies.
I like the other trailer too. It's got the song for Mannequin.
The only way you'll probably get me to go back to Marvel is if they do a Man Thing fucking movie, or if they bring Nicolas Cage back as Ghost Rider.
I saw a picture of Nicolas Cage on the internet.
For the Ghost Rider thing?
Yeah, that was
dude, it is funny, dude. That popped me so hard because it's like how crazy he's getting with him. Like,
I want that version of the movie, the no CG version.
Yeah, no CG, and it's just Cage's head.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, looking forward to his Surfer movie that's coming out.
I haven't watched the trailer for it yet.
That looks fun. But I think that's all we have in the way of news. So let's talk Screamboat. For those of you unfamiliar, Screamboat playing in theaters right now, and from director Stephen Lamort. On the last ferry of the night in New York, passengers and crew are hunted by a merciless rat, and what should have been a peaceful crossing turns into a bloody massacre.
I love how they just put in it's a rat and not a mouse.
They tempted fate a lot with this, which we can talk about. But before we get into the movie, I just want to say this might be top 2 or 3 as far as there's an old, and I mean old lady behind me, which was interesting, who was laughing her ass off from beginning to end. And it actually was nice. I was like, wow, this is like joy. I'm not expecting you to like this, but yeah, it made me smile. But yeah, Screamboat. Well, Kruger, fresh out of the theater, what did you think?
Can I just say the production value of this movie is pretty goddamn fantastic. Like, just I don't know what I know they changed their cameras or whatever, but the last like couple of movies that Fuzz on the Lens has put out has just looked fucking gorgeous. Like, really, really high quality fucking cameras they're using. I have been very, very excited, but also a little weary about this movie because it is from the Terrifier team, but it also didn't have Damien Leone on it at all. This was more of
didn't do any of the effects either.
No. So it didn't have Damien Leone on it, and also the director did make The Mean One, which I think is kind of hot garbage. It's fun hot garbage, but still hot garbage. And I had high expectations for that movie. So I was trying to keep my expectations in check for this, but let me tell you, they fucking knocked this goddamn movie out of the fucking park. I fucking loved it. It made me laugh. Screamboat Willie, if you want to call him that. He's fucking great. David Howard Thornton, like just yeah, I mean, he's always awesome with anything that he does.
Were you expecting him to be short? Like,
yes.
No. See, I
I was-
wasn't at all.
Well,
That I
like
thought we were
2
getting
feet
full
tall, I
size.
think.
No,
Yeah.
and I actually kind of love that they went that route.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Because of the way they did the green screen effects with him, like on screen with other people, and also them switching in and out with the puppet.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking very.
I wasn't expecting it at all, and I loved it. So
Yeah, like I love the fact that he's tiny. That sets it apart from all the Mickey Mouse bullshit that we've gotten so far. The kills are fan-fucking-tastic, gore fest.
Almost all, if not all, practical too.
There's a ton of practical effects in here.
Yeah, mostly all practical. I want to say like
I think the
90
underwater one wasn't all.
Yeah,
maybe
that wasn't. But then you had practical aftermath gore.
Yeah.
So that was the kills are great, to be honest with you. Like these Terrifier team movies, like there's one thing they fucking get done right. It's knowing how to fucking do some creative kills. And there's a lot in here. The TikTok kill, I guess you could call it, like that was fucking brilliantly well done, because you literally are like with Willie and you're like, fuck, get that goddamn bulldozer to start. I'm sick of hearing these bitches talk. And like, also, probably one of the craziest blowjob scenes I've ever seen in my life.
and then the callback to it later when
so like, fucking funny.
Pass me the hammer.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, and then the lady behind, I thought she was gonna have a stroke. And I'm not kidding. She had to be deep in her 70s.
That's awesome.
It was just so funny that she was having that much fun with this movie.
I just really like the cast. Selena, our lead, I think she was in Stream as well. She, I thought, did great, and all the acting all around, I just feel like was very authentic, because they're all New Yorkers, so they didn't really need to act too much. They just need to be themselves on camera. But like, fucking, I thought it was really, really well done all the way around. Also, I could be wrong, but I could have swore I saw two other people in the cast that were either from Terrifier or from Stream. So I'm glad that like I'm kind of getting these familiar faces with these movies as well. My only complaint probably would be that there's like this weird like thing kind of pigeonholed at the end that I felt like was really unneeded, because like it kind of went nowhere.
Without giving that away, I was so curious. I was like, is this okay yet? I mean, it was interesting. I don't want to give it away, but yeah.
But overall, had a fucking blast. I need a fucking 4K of this movie. I need a fucking steelbook. I had a goddamn great time. I couldn't have asked for really much more than what we got. One of my favorite movies I've seen all year, and I feel like if you've liked the Terrifier movies, granted, this is way more horror comedy than, anything that we get in Terrifier Stream, but I think you'll have a great fucking time with it for the kills alone. And also, just if you're a practical effects guy, I think we get a very, very cool killer mouse in this film. I thought the makeup looked awesome. And again, just the scale stuff where we see them all tiny and they're switching in and out from a puppet or David Howard Thornton green screen and then tiny with people. Like I thought that was just extremely well done. Reminds me of old school filmmaking stuff that you just really don't get anymore. Most people would just like see, I mean, granted it is CGI'd on there or whatever, but like most people would just have a CG mouse. They wouldn't scale a fucking actual human being down to make it fit. And I really appreciated the effort.
Yeah, this movie is of the ridiculous variety in terms of tone, and that's the perfect way to go with something like this. I mean, if you grew up on movies like Leprechaun, I think you're going to have a really fun time.
I got that Charles Band feel with the little, he loves
yeah. And I mean, David Howard Thornton, I think definitely elevates it too, because you just get to see him do so many Mickey oriented things. I mean, not to give too much away, but like there's one where you do see him kind of like doing the little
Oh yeah, I was
dance on a dead body while he's like turning the thing, and I figured, Todd, you had to love the Jersey Shore influencer dingbats that make up a chunk of the body count in this movie.
Did anyone catch Brian Quinn? He's listed in the cast, but I didn't.
Wow, I might have missed it.
I mean, he's not canceled, so they didn't cut him, I'm assuming. But
I mean, there is like that one scene with the electricity that maybe he
played
there.
Mitch McEverly, according to the IMDb.
I might have missed it or just didn't
I was just curious if anyone caught that.
Him. And this movie looks good too. Like the budget, I think, was around $2 million or something. They apparently did shoot it on a decommissioned Staten Island ferry, so it's a great location for this. And again, lots of practical and funny kills. Almost more than you would expect, because I did not like the mean one, truth be told. And this
I was the only one who did.
It had a couple moments, but it was kind of bad. This really, I think, they looked at it and they hit this one out of the park.
They had
titties. We get titties.
Yeah, that was one. I was like, oh yeah, this one's going to show her tits. If not, we're not getting any titties. And then we got it. But it had the cartoon feel, and that's what none of the other Mickey or Willie ones have done yet. And like so many like inside references, like some were like obvious, like the Frozen one, but there was a lot that were just, and I was surprised how many of the audience were getting, but I was 10 minutes from Disneyland, so that may have had something to do with it. But there was like ones like I was like, wow, I can't believe they got that.
Yeah,
I didn't laugh at it, but I got it. But
with his backstory, again, not to give it away, there were certain things I was like, wow, they might be.
There is the last thing with again, not to give it away.
Yeah,
the last thing, I think, because you don't see really, I don't think you can sue over a pattern. I don't think polka dots are actionable yet, which I think why we got that coming.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much.
I love the cast. I mean, they're all kind of New York stereotypes. I thought everybody was.
The really New York speech, I was dying. I was like, it's just so like, oh Jesus,
feels like home. Like it really does.
It was a good time, and it felt different from the Poonaverse films, which we like those, but this did feel like it was its own kind of thing. I think it might even appeal to people that don't love those, because again, the tone is very ridiculous. It's gory as fuck, but it's very, very silly. And David Howard Thornton, I didn't really see art in this performance. I mean, he got to do a lot of other stuff. He doesn't really talk, but he make just the little things that he does. The whistling, the
animation too segment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like I was like, this is the first one if they really like used it and used the whistle. They've used images,
also, setting too.
Yeah, the setting. They've used actual images that from the cartoon, like you mentioned the one on the body. But I mean, there was just so much. Like I don't know if I was expecting less, because I was expecting more mean one than and like for me, like I said, I like that one, but I wasn't expecting it to be so big and grand. And I hadn't watched any of the trailers. The only image I really knew was this, and I just assumed he was a full-size guy. And like them not doing that, just the whole cartoon feel, it worked. It was fun.
And this, I didn't get to fact check this, so it may or may not be true, but I read something that Pete Davidson and Colin Jost own the decommissioned ferry that they shot this on, which is pretty funny.
That actually would make a lot of sense on why they got that fucking ferry then.
Yeah,
maybe called in a favor.
Well, Pete Davidson's a huge Terrifier fan.
And I know Colin Jost's brother works on Impractical Jokers too.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they did the Quinn connection, so...
Yeah, I really did have a lot of fun with this. I mean, for the most part, I'm enjoying most of these public domain slashers.
They're
There's
way fun. They're way more fun than they have any right to be, and even the shitty ones, for the most part, are fun.
yeah,
Uh,
there's been a couple not so great, but for the most part,
Yeah, and I see a question how will Shiver Me Timbers be? We'll actually talk that one next week.
yes, we got an interesting week next week as well. But yeah, no, I mean, look, if this is something that you're looking at, you're just groaning and you just think the idea is stupid, then maybe I don't know that this will turn you, but if it puts a smile on your face and you don't mind your beloved childhood icon racking up a hell of a body count, because I want to say, I mean, God, there's probably like 40 people at least die on screen in this.
There's a fucking high body count. And one scene where it's mass deaths. So it could even be higher than 40.
Yeah, that is true. I did also enjoy them sneaking in some Disney adult jabs too.
Right. I just wanted to point out Brooke from Terrifier 2 actually was in this. I knew I recognized her. Fucking she's the one that gets the acid in her face and then her chest ripped open. She's the Sienna's best friend in Terrifier 2.
Oh, okay.
The one that roofies her, or not
okay.
Roofies, throws Xanax in the drink.
I have to just figure this out real quick because I think they're the second trauma person in a Terrifier, or what is the name of the company?
Fuzz on the Lens.
On a Fuzz on the Lens film. So I don't know. The guy, was that actually Naked Cowboy, or was that a guy pretending to be naked?
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention it. No, I'm 99% sure it wasn't.
Because there was the one face shot, and I was like, maybe him older, but I couldn't tell.
No, it did not match that guy's face. I've ran into that guy like 3 times in New York. Cool dude. There's a video online of him getting arrested with his wife, who's like the naked cowgirl now. That's pretty funny. But no, I 99% sure it wasn't. They probably didn't want to pay him, honestly. They get it. We're good. But yeah, no, this is a good time at the movies. And one of those ones where even though there was a few people being loud, the audience was good.
I barely had fucking anybody in my theater. I had like 2 people.
Yeah, I've heard though that this like is already made a ton of money on pre-sales, like something like 12 million or something.
I hope so.
It's gonna make a lot of money already. So
I mean, they deserve it. The effort's there. I mean, it definitely isn't a fucking cash grab at all.
Yeah. And I do like that he was small. I was going in thinking he was full size, and I'm like, I don't know that that's gonna work.
The only reason I know is because I saw the puppet.
Okay, yeah, I didn't follow that.
Is there a trailer? I haven't seen.
There's a trailer, but you don't see him in the trailer.
Okay, got you.
But somebody, I can't remember. There's some monster museum that has the suit and the puppet on display right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and again, just props for them fucking getting like a really cool look too. Like at first when I saw the pictures, I wasn't like completely sold, but actually seeing David like bring the character to life on screen, I thought they did an amazing job with the character design. Great silhouette.
Yeah. If you get to see this with an audience, it is a good way to see it. And shout out to that awesome granny who laughed at the dick stuff, especially. JG, I think you're the only people I know that don't go into public domain movies with the holier than thou attitude. There's YouTubers I like that crap on them. Then again, we are weirdos. Yeah, I think it's kind of like popular to shit on some of these, and I've seen a few YouTubers that I'm pretty sure didn't actually watch those.
Well, and one thing too is you have to understand, we watch so much shit, and I mean we really do. We watch a lot of crap. So in order for something to actually get shat on by us, like it has to be pretty fucking goddamn bad, because we've probably seen worse.
Absolutely. And also I meant to say at the top of the show, I know there's some like really fucking rotten tornado weather and flooding that's hitting the South, Kentucky, Indiana, I believe. So shout out to anybody in those areas. I know there's a lot of you. So hopefully it
stay safe, guys.
Be safe.
doesn't end up being as bad as some people say it's going to be. But yeah, so what do you guys rate this one?
Pugs couldn't be here, but I do have his thoughts.
Yes.
So I'll read them and we will go into the rating.
Let's do it.
Pugs says, this movie is dumb fun. Loved it. Loved the cameos and Easter eggs. The kills, like the entire movie, dumb fun. There are some gags that made me laugh super hard, and I'm sure you men know exactly what parts I'm referring to. The cast was likable enough, but Willie stole the show for me. His movements and laughs were spot on. The animated portion was cool, and they took it further than I thought they would. I'm in for more of these. 3.5 out of 5 for me. Would have been 4, but I had to leave the house. Namaste. All right. So, Kruger, what do you give it?
I'm 4 stars right now, but I feel like there's some room to grow on this motherfucker. And like for when it comes to the public domain movies, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, I'd have to really sit and think, but it might be mine too. Although there's already a lot of them, so I kind of have to go back and really look at that. But I am actually, and this might be again great audience and just good wholesome dumb fun. But I'm 4.5. Again, for what this movie is, I don't think you could ask for a whole lot more.
I don't think you're out of line, Dan, because I'm also 4.5. I also had a really good audience too. Yeah, I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
We need a nice steelbook for this one, please.
I'm sure you'll get it, and hopefully we'll get a stream one soon. There's no physical for that yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't know if this movie will convert you, but hey, it's a rough world right now, so this made me happy.
Some dumb fun is much needed right now in the universe.
Speaking of dumb, up next, Dan's favorite company is back with another movie.
Yes.
The Blumhouse returns.
Oh, is this the Bloom? This is Bloom's second horror this year, right?
Well, if we're just saying theatrical, I think there's probably more, but yeah. Well, Woman in the Yard from director James Collet-Serra. And in this film, a mysterious woman repeatedly appears in a family's front yard, often delivering chilling warnings and unsettling messages, leaving them to question her identity, motives, and the potential danger she might pose as she moves closer and closer to the house. All right, so it's a Bloom flick. And Bloom did not have a good 2024 with Night Swim, Afraid, Imaginary, I believe was last year too.
But they closed solid though.
With what?
Wolfman?
That was this year.
I thought that was December.
No, that was this year, brother.
No,
okay. I saw the early one too. I forgot. So my bad. Yeah. Okay. So it started off. Okay. There we go.
Well, a lot of people would count that bad too, but I thought that was okay. But all right, so Woman in the Yard. I'll start with I should say first, if you're unfamiliar, this is the director of The Shallows, great film. I love The Shallows. Wow. The House of Wax remake, which I think is underrated. Orphan.
No shit.
Yeah, he's done a lot. Orphan. He's done a lot of stuff for The Rock recently. Black Adam, Jungle Cruise, and Liam Neeson. Run All Night, which is getting a sequel randomly, and Nonstop. So done a lot of interesting work. Pretty solid genre record. I'm going to say the best thing about this movie, Danielle DeWeiler. She's a really good lead. She was in, I saw the TV Glow and the Station 11 series for anybody who watched that. I'll say off the top, like very authentic performance, not always the most likable. I think some people are going to have some issues.
Yeah, I think that. But that's kind of was the point.
I get it. Authentic performance.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give away a lot of stuff. This is not the Blumhouse popcorn flick that you would expect. Which from Bloom very rarely goes for something a little deeper and more ambiguous. This really kind of felt I don't want to say like an A24 movie, which is going to be interesting when we talk about that later, but maybe a little closer to that formula than Blumhouse. Like this, if you showed me this movie and I didn't know who made it, I wouldn't have guessed Blumhouse. Because it is grief horror. It's dealing with trauma, depression, and it is again much more ambiguous towards the end than you would expect in a Bloom flick. I had some issues with it. I thought the children in the film might be partially what they were given on the page, but I didn't enjoy them as much. Danielle Deadweiler, this is probably as good of a performance as you'll see this year. Like she's really, really good. And I also, sorry, I don't have her name in front of me, but the actress that played the woman in the yard, creepy when she needed to be. It's an easy film to shit on, and I'm not going to do that. Because she spends a lot of time just fucking sitting in the yard. So it's one of those movies I can imagine as these reviews come out, everybody's going to be like, yep, she sat in the yard. But I like grief horror. I don't think this is going to be a crowd pleaser. The Blumhouse fans, I don't think this is going to be exactly what they want. I'm really kind of curious to see some of the reactions to it, but overall, I enjoyed it. It's a little on the slow side, and again, if you don't like endings you have to think about a little bit, it's kind of up for your interpretation, then you may not enjoy this. But it's not quite the home run, but I did have a lot of enjoyment out of it.
It felt like a Twilight Zone or something like that would have fit in an anthology TV series. I think. Yeah,
it could have worked maybe even better as a short film. I can see.
I mean, and it's not running. And I don't think it ran too long, but there was just some stuff that they did that didn't really develop the story.
Yeah,
it just kind of continued what was going on, which like I said, if it was
no cheap jump scares too, which is a Bloom trademark. Like this one kind of.
Well, it was a small cast. So it had to be a cheap film. So, that helps getting stuff like this greenlit. If it's like, well, it's only going to cost us this much. Because, that is like the big thing with Blumhouse is how much they're spending on stuff.
Oh, yeah. This was shot in Athens, Georgia. So probably, pretty cheap, low budget.
Well, so, and hopefully they keep going this way because look, Dan was nice.
No, it was fairly nice. Like I said, it's missing that certain something that it's not going to be on my top 10 list or anything, but I'll be honest. I was like, oh wow, Bloom is not going for just cheap thrills that in their case very often does not thrill. So,
But before we rate, I was going to tell. I know I told you the story of this. I had a weirder experience when I tried to go see this on last Thursday. The movie started at 2:00. I got in the theater at 1:47, and the movie was like already playing. And I was like, "Yeah, this isn't right." So I went and I told him, I was like, "Okay, I'm in the right theater."
You saw Nora.
Yeah, I was like, "Why isn't this movie like?" It's not even 2:00 and the movie's not already playing. It's like already in the movie. So they went and they checked and I go, okay, yeah, it is. So they restarted it too. So I had to wait like an extra half hour, but whatever. Yeah. But it was the first time I've ever gone to a movie early.
Yeah. I've never had that happen actually.
And the movie was already playing, like not just like tonight, Screamboat started right on time.
Yeah.
Like if I was there at like 7:05, I'm not gonna go, hey.
I should also say no trailers on Screamboat, so you
That's
guys
what I
out
said.
there
It
might.
started
I had trailers on mine, by the way.
At AMC. They'll probably correct it too once they do it, unless they do it on all the iconic events, which I don't think they have. But yeah, ours started like right on time. So if you go to AMC, be aware of that.
Okay.
So like, yeah, something like that. If I got in the theater late, I'm not gonna go bitch. Like, but if I'm there early and the movie's like already well in the movie,
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah. First time it's ever happened. It was weird. But
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, especially maybe this is a case where it was Bloom, and I mean, I won't lie, I wasn't looking forward to it. Like I was kind of surprised. I don't know that this has a high rewatch factor, and you know what? I'm a little surprised it's PG-13 because there is some potentially triggering stuff in the story without giving it away that I would have thought would have bumped it to an R. But
Universal can talk the MPA down.
yeah. I mean, it's not a violence thing. It's just certain topic that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to catch that break, but it does kind of hit you in the feels a little bit. I think it will be a very effective movie. Just, a little bit of a downer, a little bit of, like I said, you might be talking about it after. It's not a cheap Blumhouse jump scare fest, and I was impressed. I give them their cookie, Todd, when they do something good.
I know by force, but
Give them your cookie.
I don't even know.
I give them a cookie.
I just didn't want to. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to figure that out. So what'd you give? What do you rate it, Dan?
This is a tough one. I'm gonna give it a 3, which on a Bloom scale is pretty damn high.
It's like a 10 for Dan. I'm also a 3 on this one. I think it's worth checking out. Not sure you need to rush out to the theaters to see it, but yeah, definitely. Check it out when it's streamed.
I like a movie that I sit with a little bit, and after it's over. So
notice how Dan didn't argue with me on a Blumhouse movie, and I said you could just watch it at home.
Yeah, right. Dan, what is the ultimate Bloom movie for you? What's your
There's that one last year.
A lot of that Passenger one was.
Yeah, really that's the one I thought you were going to say. But some of the early stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they weren't as crappy back in the day.
Yeah, we've pinpointed the moment they went to shit. Because like Into the Dark, if you can watch them and see when the quality drops.
Yeah, those started strong as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see the reviews on this one. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you thought. It's definitely one of those movies I know a lot of people won't like, but I did enjoy it.
All right. From one to the other, from Blum to A24.
Blum to A24. All right, we got from writer-director Alex Sharfman, Death of a Unicorn. And in this film, father-daughter duo Elliot and Ridley hit a unicorn with their car and bring it to the wilderness retreat of a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO who is looking to give the dad a promotion. Kruger, you saw this, right?
Yes.
Sorry, well, what did you think? Were you happy with the unicorn movie?
Believe it or not, I was very, very thrilled with this thing. I never thought I would have this much fun watching a movie about killer unicorns, but here I am. It's much more than just a killer unicorn movie, though, because like there's some themes of just working too much, not fucking not seeing your kid and just focusing on your job to take care of your kid, but also like you're kind of a shit dad. My dad was very similar, so I really like kind of felt for Jenna Ortega's character. Man, this was just a lot of fucking fun. It kind of lived up to the Jurassic Park, but with unicorns instead of dinosaurs. Some really good gore, some good practical effects. There's about 2 CGI shots that I would have did away with because they looked a little off. But the mixture of practical effects on some of the close-ups of the unicorns, I thought was really, really well done. Yeah, this is a fucking, again, if the Killer Unicorn movie sounds stupid as fuck to you, probably not going to be your thing. But if you're open-minded, it has a lot more heart than I was expecting it to have. And it's not just like your average sci-fi creature feature.
Have you ever watched Pegasus versus Chimera?
I feel like I have.
Okay, yeah, that is that's interesting effects. Very special effects.
But man, like I think most people, if the trailer looks interesting to you, then you're gonna have a fucking blast with it. The acting all around is really great. I love the family and how despicable this fucking rich pharmaceutical pricks are. Just basically fucking true to life, because I feel like that's how they all fucking act. And there's just a couple of like pretty powerful fucking moments in here that are way more heartwarming than I was expecting for a Killer Unicorn movie. So overall, fucking gets my seal of approval. It's one of my favorite creature features I've seen in a hot minute. And Jenna Ortega fucking once again does her thing in horror and kills it. So I was very happy with it.
Never know. Is she playing 30? Is she playing 12? Is she playing 20? I feel like she's gonna just keep doing that. She's like the female Luke Perry. But
R.I.P. Luke.
R.I.P. Luke. So A24 Killer Unicorn movie. Obviously, I was all in for that. The first thing I will say, the cast, particularly the family, I didn't realize, because I saw the trailer and the first thing that kind of hooked me, aside from unicorns killing people, was Téa Leoni, who I've always been a big fan of. This is her first film in 14 years. Wow. I knew it had been a minute. She's done some TV, but I saw her and I was like, oh, that's awesome. We don't get to see Téa Leoni enough anymore. And Richard E. Grant, who always great, is
someone called this Saltburn with unicorns.
yeah, I guess so. We would have needed somebody to helicopter one of the unicorns to fully like bring that to life, but Will Post
unicorn helicoptering would be hilarious.
That could be a distraction. Imagine he comes out and just starts doing the helicopter, and while the family like runs out the back. That would have been awesome.
I know you're just going to say Will Poulter. I thought he stole the show.
Will Poulter is the best thing in this movie. Yeah, he was really funny. And I'll be fucking damned. And this could be a total coincidence, but did you catch the callback to Hard Ticket to Hawaii? There's a scene in Hard Ticket to Hawaii where I can't remember who, but where the girls are just like, I do my best thinking in the hot tub, and then they cut to them like naked in the hot tub. And there's a scene where he says that, and it like caught me because I watched those Sedaris films not long ago again, and I was like, I want to say that is like, and if it is, fucking A, because that was hilarious. The family, I think I enjoyed them a little better. Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd, they lack a little bit of chemistry, but I guess that kind of factors into the relationship. I'm not the Jenna Ortega lover that some people are out there, but I thought she was okay here. Her character doesn't have much of a story arc. Like, she kind of just stays the same throughout, but I did have a lot of fun with the movie. I mean, it's a Killer Unicorn movie. There's also some homage to like Jurassic Park, and there's a lot of fun shit. I love the scene where Poulter is in the hot tub and you just hear that like growling in the distance, and it's just like, oh, I'm done anyways. He just gets up. One of my fucking favorite actresses, Sunita Mani, pops up as one of the scientists in this as well. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I think again, like Screamboat, it's a movie about killer unicorns, and you know, if that's amusing to you, I think you will have fun. There is some really good gore. The CG unicorns are pretty bad, especially when we see them in the daylight. Like
Towards the end, yeah, that's when I was like,
yeah, like the full reveal, I was like, okay, this is Sci-Fi Channel level, but you know what? I like Sci-Fi Channel originals. I survived Pegasus versus Chimera, so
I'm gonna watch that tonight now.
yeah, well, yeah, that
Actually, that would be a funny watch along.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, no, I did. I had fun. I know a lot of people, for some reason, every time an A24 movie comes out that's not like really like just horrifying, like a Hereditary, Hayden, Dan, she lost her acne. That's a great arc. Yeah, that's true, Hayden. I give that.
I actually popped for the fact that they were having her pick at her face like that, though, because I mean, it's just way to like represent like a whole portion of human beings that never get represented in goddamn movies at all.
And the first thing I thought,
I'm like, why does she look like Richard Lynch?
I was like, okay, so they're gonna get that off her face somehow before this movie's over.
Yeah, right.
Sure enough, there I was like, all right, that makes sense. So like,
I was waiting for them to introduce Edward James Olmos as grandpa at first. But yeah, no, like A24 does all kinds of stuff, and I would say that this is pretty much a winner. You can shit on the CG because I do have to acknowledge, as Kruger said, towards the end when they're like in the daylight, it's like, yeah, a little questionable. But those unicorns fuck some people up in this movie.
Yeah, they're badass. Well, that's one thing I got to put over. Like the design for the unicorns are actually really fucking sick. Like they're not just a horse with a fucking goddamn horn in its head. They have like specific style hoofs, and the horns are all like almost H.R. Geiger-esque with like the design of it. And as you can see in the fucking poster, they have some pretty goddamn gnarly teeth too. So I like that they didn't just make them just normal horses. They made them monsters.
Yeah.
And the lore, I popped hardcore for.
Yeah, the snorting of
unicorn horn.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm going to disagree that this doesn't feel like an A24 movie. I think it was different enough and out there enough that it's still very much an A24 movie. But
it doesn't feel like one. I will say that it does qualify for everything you said, but it doesn't have the feel of a typical. It's a little more whimsical than anything else they've done other than your favorite Bodies.
Well, remember, you go outside the horror genre, though.
I watch with no
whimsy.
No.
I mean, what's that
Most
one?
of the stuff is depressing.
This is true.
But yeah, no, it's fun seeing A-list actors also in this.
And that's kind of what I loved about it, was that it's got the spirit of a fucking sci-fi Friday afternoon special fucking movie, but it has a big budget, it has good acting, and like they do it right. I wish there was more movies that took risks like this, because I love killer animal movies, and we just don't get a lot of ones that actually have good quality to them nowadays. I mean, what the fuck was that goddamn Megan Fox bullshit you guys made me watch a couple of years ago? The Killer Lion movie? Oh my god.
Prey.
No, yeah.
Which is that Did A24 acquire it or actually make it? I believe this one was all in-house.
No, I'm almost sure it was acquired because there's two other production companies.
Oh, really?
Leyline Entertainment and Monotone Media.
Oh, okay. I read this as like Paul Rudd just was like, man, I'm sick of this Marvel shit. Killer unicorns, I'm in. That's probably how that
He's
went.
no stranger to the genre. Remember, he got his start in acting. His film debut is in Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah. No, this was a good time.
He got to work with Donald Pleasance and CGI unicorns. That's how diverse his career is.
There you go.
I was trying to see what I know Paul Rudd in. And
there you go. Halloween 6.
Yeah, there's not a lot other than fucking the new Ghostbuster movies.
There you go. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you weren't watching Ant-Man.
Fuck no.
I still wish Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright would have got to do that, but he had too many ideas and they had to get rid of him.
Yeah, so
let's rate it.
Make it a double with Pegasus versus Chimera. I'm 3.5. I had fun.
Kruger?
I'm 4 stars. And this is also this director's first film. So way to knock it out of the fucking park in your first go.
Yeah. I'm also a 4 on this one too. I had a really good time.
Yeah, I need so did you guys see the lamp?
Yes, the
lamp that looks like a fucking dildo. It's fucking great. I may buy it, to be honest with you. Just fucking put it over here.
Yeah, that would look nice next to the alien.
Yeah, next to the face hugger.
Everybody needs a dildo lamp.
Oh, there's Jason Statham playing the same fucking character that he's played in like 50,000 goddamn movies. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's perfectly fine. He's Jason Statham, and that's all we need.
He is literally become just basically what every goddamn big action star becomes.
He's more diverse than Steven Seagal. And I like Steven Seagal, but he's
that's not a high bar to hit, brother.
No, but he's got a little more range. But he's definitely fun. I hear people say that about Liam Neeson. It's like he's the same in every movie, and I'm like, well, if you go back, I mean,
he's the same in every action movie.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, you go back to English. I mean, like you forget Liam Neeson did not have that career track.
The thing is, I like Jason. I think he's actually a really good actor. I enjoy whenever he's in movies, but I get a little tired of the same shtick over and over and over. I swear to God, what the fuck was the movie last year? Beekeeper?
You and your Survive the 80s. That's all we had was repeated the same shit.
Oh, trust me, I know, dude. I love Arnie. I love Arnie.
Well, yeah. This is from the same director, David Ayer, of The Beekeeper, and also written by Sylvester Stallone.
But it's not a sequel?
No.
God,
who Stallone apparently has a thing with sex trafficking. Just saying it now.
Yeah. I'll get into that actually with a similar movie. But in this film, Levon Cade left his profession behind to work construction and be a good dad to his daughter. But when a local girl vanishes, he's asked to return to the skills that made him a mythic figure in the shadowy world of counterterrorism. Very
daughter,
similar.
I said, well, the description, it was his boss's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Very similar to Rambo 5 Last Blood, although much lighter. This is
it's the fun sex trafficking movie of the two.
It's a lighthearted sex trafficking movie. This is 90s style one-man army ass-kicking action flick. I loved how ridiculous the villains were. We got one guy that looks like Seth Rollins.
Totally did.
And then we get the two sons of one of the bigger bads that they're dressed like fucking MC Hammer. It's so funny. It's very, it's a fun popcorn action flick. You 100% have seen it before. He not only does Jason Statham kill Snow White, he kills a shit ton of Russian human traffickers. And this is definitely going to get a sequel, #1 at the box office. This was actually adapted from a Chuck Dixon novel that I have not read. And I would say I probably prefer Beekeeper a little bit more. This is not as a million miles an hour as that movie, but the final act, holy shit, he kills a fuck ton of people.
And I think Beekeeper has that heart element to it that this one doesn't have.
This is a silly action movie.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, hey, we need more of this. I went to everything with my dad.
I agree. Speaking of which, you went to your dad with this one. Did he give it the approval?
Oh yeah, my dad loved it, and I think he wants to see it again.
There you go.
We get David Harbour in this, who I was kind of hoping would do a little bit more. He's kind of got a side role.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think 100% we're going to get a sequel to this. So Michael
Maybe.
Pena is the dad. Again, doesn't have a whole lot to do, but good cast. I mean, it's like you said, a Jason Statham movie is a Jason Statham movie. And setting aside like the Fast and Furious stuff, I looked down his filmography yesterday after I saw this, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? There's not a lot here that I hate. Like most of this is fun. Like he usually delivers a fun
I've never seen the Transporter film. Should I watch them?
The first two and then stop.
I shouldn't watch, even though he's in the third one.
The third one is I remember hating, but I do like the first two Transporters a lot.
All right.
And then there's a fourth Transporter with a
That,
different
yeah.
guy, so
I wouldn't bother with
you'll
that.
probably end up wanting to go through it. I mean, 1 and 2, and actually I don't remember hating the one with the new guy. And there's also a TV series, so Transporter got
I don't know if I'm going to go that far in the franchise. If I do anything, it'll be the Statham trilogy, even if you said the third one's crap. Because most of the time, the craps out of the series are the ones I like. So
you might. I mean, this is no exception. It's a lot of fun, and again, human trafficking, but not as as depressing as Last Blood.
You know, maybe that's why he left Creed. They wouldn't let him throw in his human trafficking storyline in Creed 3.
I want to see what should Statham do different to like revitalize his career. Maybe you
I don't think he needs to revitalize it. He's got 2 hits in a row.
No, he's doing just fine, brother.
Maybe you flip it. Like he's an ex-mercenary, but deep down he always wanted to just be a dancer. And
I would actually pop for that.
Yeah, like something like he wanted to be like a ballet dancer.
You know how I think they fix this? You have him in like a gory action comedy.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean,
like where like he's fucking has to like protect his kid at a goddamn like daycare fucking center or something like that.
Kindergarten Cop the remake with Jason Statham.
I would fucking pay money for that. I love Kindergarten Cop.
There is the cancelable line in there. The daddy penis vagina hole.
Oh
thing.
Shit! Yeah, that's true.
They'd have to change it up.
So you basically want like Statham to go that Arnold Stallone route where you want his stop or my mom will shoot.
Yeah.
Do remake Oscar, but there's like a terrorist that's gonna blow up the.
Or can I just get another Crank movie? Like,
right?
Let's just do one more.
I got the movie. You remake Oscar. You kind of change it up because I barely even remember Oscar, and it's Ricky Gervais is hosting the Oscars, and he's like the guy. It's Jason Statham is like security. He's got to stop the terrorists. It's basically like Die Hard, but more, action buddy comedy with Ricky Gervais and Statham. There's your movie.
All right. I'm too high for this.
Who's the old biddy that plays his mom for Stop or My Mom Will Shoot?
Estelle Getty.
Well, she's fucking dead, Todd. That's gonna be.
Well, I thought you're asking me who. Oh, who would it be now?
Who would it be now? Who's the old lady that's in the remake with Statham?
Maybe I can figure this out. Who's an old lady? Well, Betty White's dead too.
There are more. All the golden.
Cindy Crawford. Is she old enough yet?
Jesus Christ! I'd still fuck Cindy Crawford.
You'd still fuck pretty much Betty White. She's been dead like 5 years.
You'd fuck her while she's dead.
Cindy Crawford is like old lady territory.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
Yeah, I can't think of fucking any old lady.
They don't let old ladies act. What are you talking about, Dan?
You have like Helen.
Who's
Mirren.
the bitch in Mamma Mia?
Okay, there you go. Helen Mirren. You figured it out all by yourself, Dad.
I don't think Meryl Streep's doing Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, Kruger, but maybe.
Well,
it could be like you saying, fuck it. I'm tired of winning Oscars. I'm just gonna do this remake.
Well, what do you rate A Working Man, Dan?
I rate this one 3.5. I mean, it's pretty much everything you could hope for in a Jason Statham action.
I can't
movie.
argue with that. Like, I think Beekeeper
Is it violent?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you have good. And the one guy, the black dude, he was. I can't think of his name. He's a big black dude. What?
The leader at the bar. He kills. There's a lot of villains in this.
Yeah, but like I like that we didn't know exactly where he was going to land. Like if he was gonna, which side of the fence he was going. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was a Kathy Ireland guy, Hayden, but
Kelly Ireland.
No, it's Todd. Just like she's like 50.
I was trying to think of someone that would piss you off, me calling her an old lady.
Jason Statham. I'm like 3 years older than you, but you can play my mom, I guess.
I mean, the man doesn't really age much.
Jenna Ortega's his girlfriend in the movie. We'll just
my god! See, that would be a little too weird.
It didn't stop Seagal. I can't remember which movie it is, but there is one where it's like he's got like this love interest, and he even does a sex scene with her, which is just like, oh, poor girl.
Poor Seagal.
Was it fat?
Yeah, was it fat Seagal or fucking in shape?
No,
Seagal?
this was like fat fuck, like you can see anytime.
Yeah, fucking Louisiana Cop Seagal.
Yeah,
you remember that stupid fucking show?
This was Seagal Lawman. I've never watched it, but I have every.
This was the Seagal era where, like, if he threw like a kick, you could see the stunt double with the wig.
I can't. I honestly, I despise Steven Seagal with a fucking passion.
Hard to Kill was awesome. I'll give him that.
Scratch Bruno is quoting some Seagal musical lines. Yes, me want the punani. That is that's Seagal song.
Seagal's best movie is Machete.
Yeah, I was sad. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme now is like apparently me tooing. Somebody posted that in the Discord. So
I'm pretty sure all the 80s guys were me too.
When's his stupid movie? When are we gonna get access to that fucking movie? I want to see it already.
Which movie?
That his fucking ridiculous movie that he made.
It was in that documentary.
I forget what the fuck it's called, but it apparently is like the biggest piece of dog shit of all time. And like no,
don't be talking about the greatest action star of all time like that.
Dan, if you remember the story about it, you'd remember why.
He's a hoe. He could have fucking been the Predator, and he was a bitch about it.
Well, you never.
Well,
know.
you should be glad because we got a much cooler Predator without him in it.
Yeah, the guy from Without Warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got one more here to talk about.
Time to go from LA to Sac.
It
says now playing in theaters, but technically it's in theaters next Friday.
Okay. All right. So Sacramento from director Michael Angarano. And in this film, an energetic and free-spirited young man convinces his longtime friend who settled into a domestic life to go on an impromptu road trip from Los Angeles to Sacramento. So this is actually inspired by a true story. The director, who is also one of the stars with Michael Cera, 10 years ago, he and a buddy, an actor buddy, shot a pilot that didn't get picked up, and they were at a point in their lives where they were kind of broke and depressed, and some similar story to what we have here. They're just driving, they see a sign, and it's like, do you want to go to Sacramento? And they went to Sacramento, and hijinks ensued. Very similar to Sideways. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. Kind of similar Sideways vibes to me. It's a road trip, I guess, dramedy, but it leans more light with the comedy. We get AJ Lee showing up in a role from, of course, WWE, which I thought was random and hilarious.
Yeah.
I like road trip movies. This is a very kind of low key, nothing too crazy, although I think the finale gets kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Todd, what did you think? And I'm sure you hate Sacramento and have
no, I love fucking Sac. Yeah. First of all, this is funny though, because it's like this is not the parts of LA or Sacramento I know. This is like the white parts. I'm like, what is? Yeah, I was like, I was like, this is LA. Are we in Sacramento now? Are we in Los? I was confused at the beginning. Took me a minute to realize we're going from LA to Sac. But yeah, because it's the parts I don't see of both places. This was one I was really looking forward to. I like quirky indie comedies like this.
Yeah.
And I think the poster nails it with the quote of super bad for the anxiety-ridden 30-year-olds for the millennials. I think it like, and I like that, like some might remind me of my kid, but one of them. But I don't know, it just worked. It was like you said, road trip. It's a little bit of like individual growth. It was just, I had a good time with it.
You'll see yourself in it, like because Michael Cera is just stressed out. He's got some bad news about his job, and his wife Kristen Stewart is pregnant, and like so he's flipping the fuck out. And the contrast with Ricky, played by the director, I think works pretty good. There's a funny gag where they're dumping these ashes hit the water, and they just drop it on the fucking pier, and just the look on their face, and they just move on kind of deal was really funny. With comedy, it's like I said, this is very low key. It's indie kind of vibe. It's no gross out humor. There's no it gets a little crazy towards the end when like a baby becomes involved in a chase. But for the most part, I did enjoy this. I think that tagline makes sense. And I like road trip stuff. Like it just always tends to hit for me.
And like I have that friend, like I'm like I've outgrown, and like I don't want to see this fucker. And then when he's here, we connect, and it's like old times. And like they eventually get to that point, but like, and I related to that.
You want to go to Sacramento when I'm down there next time?
Absolutely not.
Why not? You said you like Sacramento.
No. You expect me to hate it? No, it's part of my state.
Well, we're gonna do Vegas at least, so there you go.
Well, that's probably not part of my state, but that's a different.
It's not part of your state, but we get the road trip in.
There you go. I had a really good time with this. It's coming out next week. Check it out.
I like how at the beginning Ricky is like taking over that group therapy session, which is led by Rosalind Chow, Miss Miles O'Brien from Deep Space Nine, the greatest Star Trek, well, and also Next Generation. So Todd probably didn't catch that one because he doesn't appreciate good science fiction, but it's a fun movie. It's a good watch. Do you need to go out to the theater to see it? I guess in this case, it just depends how you feel about road trip movies. I like them. So I did have fun. Kristen Stewart could have had a little more to do, I thought.
Yeah, I think that was just to have some name value. And I mean, she didn't really, someone had to play the wife, and they got someone.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting her to join in on the craziness somehow.
Well, and then the poster kind of leads you to believe that it's like I thought there was gonna be more people on the road trip. I didn't know it was just gonna be the two.
Yeah, good role for AJ Lee too.
Yeah,
like I feel like she's capable of doing more. It'd be kind of funny if she became the movie star over CM Punk, which is possible. I mean, she's younger, she's pretty, still looks great. So Todd, what do you rate this one?
I'm a 4. I had a really good time with this.
I am a 3.5. I had fun. Yeah.
There you go.
I believe Michael Angrano was like, I didn't really watch it, but wasn't he like the son or something on Will and Grace? I know he was a child actor.
I didn't watch that.
Okay. I know he was on it. I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking real quick. He was in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
This Is Us. No.
He's been popping up a lot. Okay.
Well, he was on 14 episodes though. So he had
might have been like a recurring thing. I thought he was somebody's kid in that.
Probably, but that would make 14 episodes make sense then.
Mm-hmm.
the Nick.
Yeah, so thanks, guys, for hanging out with us late night tonight. We really appreciate it. What do we got coming up next, Todd? I know we've got some stuff dropping soon, and Wednesday, Shiver Me Timbers, I know we'll have.
Some theatrical stuff.
Yes, Hell of a Summer. We'll have another slasher movie for you guys. And I'll tell you the other one because I just booked it and already forgot the name. We've got Parvulo's Children of the Apocalypse, which is a Spanish horror film that's making some noise. So that'll be fun to talk about. And yeah. So
I have a short 30-second clip, Todd, if you want to show it to them before we go.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, let's see it.
This was at the base show.
All right.
Ooh.
You'll get to see probably. I don't know. I'm putting it as we have one of the coolest tag finishers in the biz right now, but you guys can be the judge for that.
All right, here we go.
This is the show Vampiro was at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was on both shows. He was on the base show and then the show at Douglas High School as well.
All right. Hopefully, no one messages me right now.
Right.
Okay. Here we go.
So yeah, that's my new tag partner, Chavero. This isn't the tag finish, but Hogan.
You couldn't hear the slur through the mask.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice.
I think it's pretty sweet.
That is.
But yeah, so that was this past Friday. So upcoming bookings. What's the finisher? We haven't figured out a name yet because me doing it by myself is Into the Abyss. I don't know what you call it when you add a fucking size 16 boot to the face on top of it.
Kick to the Abyss.
Yeah.
Well, you got to come up with something cooler.
I got to figure out something clever.
Drop you guys in the chat. You could name.
Help me out. Help me out. We need a name, me and Chavero. So
name that makes sense.
I'm thrilled. I finally have a tag partner again because it makes my life so much fucking easier. Like I was so thrilled because I hadn't gotten to do a tag match or a fucking 300 kick.
6-6 kick.
6-6 kick is but it's more than a kick.
I know.
That's the problem.
I was just trying to get some 666 in there.
Yeah. I don't know. We got to figure it out. But it's cool to have a tag partner again, especially because he's actually a tag partner that's taller than me and like bigger than me, but also a lot smaller in size than me. So like I can throw him around and it looks really cool because he's like fucking 6'5".
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, what's his name again?
Chavero. And his gimmick right now is that he's been stealing. So the whole gimmick is that he's possessed by Mil Muertes. Because we brought in Mil a couple months ago. And like after Mil attacked him or did something to him, now Mil's power is transferred into him. So this past show in Douglas, he put the claw in Vampiro and stole all his dark energy, basically.
Hopefully
so he's like he's like fucking Morbius for scary people, more or less.
His memory now is gonna be shit.
You had to double down on my joke, but at least he caught it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny he does that to like Rick?
No,
Flair?
Stop.
Don't get him. Don't try to get
You're
Rick
gonna get me heat.
All right. Soul Sucker.
Vince is Soul Sucker.
He's eating a boot to the face. I guess that could kind of make sense. Well, drop your
I need help figuring out names for this fucking
suggestions
thing,
in the comments.
I would like it something Into the Abyss, but like kick to the abyss sounds fucking lame. Like it's got to be something. It's got to be something like.
What's another name for a kick?
I'm trying to think of hell related
I know.
shit.
See, I just thought about calling it death.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes simple.
No, like just death. Like, because it's dead. Nobody's fucking kicking out of that. I'll tell you that fucking much.
Yeah.
Especially with Chavera. That fucker has like a size 16 boot.
What about Damnation? I kind of like that more than Death. It's like
Journey into the Abyss.
That would
Damnation. I gotta figure out something.
Picture them yelling it on commentary. Damnation. I don't know. I think it actually sounds.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling
Serbian swing.
A Serbian swing is fucking great.
You like fuck them?
Start with the little one. Shit, I gotta fucking figure out something clever. I like say start with the little one as a name. What?
Serbian film death match. You have baby dolls wrapped in barbed
wire. Don't give out good ideas, Dan.
Yeah, that's actually fucking. I mean, I'd be down.
You have like
give me a budget and I'll fucking horror ideas. Let's do it.
We need
a flesh food show.
We need in the deathmatch division a like torture gimmick, like a torture like fucking gimmick for the match where like somebody's getting tied to a chair and the chair has like needles that get shoved up your ass or something.
Like a saw death match?
Yeah, like a saw death match. Yeah. And I know they've done it. They've done similar things like that before. I can't remember. There's some IWA show where it was like a chair and like whoever got put in the chair, a bunch of fucking tubes fell down like on top of them. We need some shit like that. Like we need
some creativity shit like that.
Yeah, I'm over glass like, and just like deathmatch for death. Like we need to get some like cool stipulations in this year. I mean, so far, I mean we brought back the dry ice match, and We Love Wrestling, which there's only been like 4 of those ever.
Well, I won't give it out here.
I didn't know the last time there's been one in California. That's a good one.
A dry ice match? I'd be down.
There is a fact.
Looks like it sucks,
but that goes back to since before you were even on the show, Kruger, that Todd and I have wanted to do. So maybe one day it'll happen. Well, I don't want to give it away.
Tell me off air. Oh yeah, Ben's right. I swear WCW had an electric chair.
Oh yeah, they did with Abby. Abdul Butcher fucking.
Yeah, that was just awesome.
Didn't exactly look very good, but I actually think that electrified cage match that TNA did back in the day, that was the worst.
Oh, that's probably one of the worst TNA matches of all time.
It would be top 10.
Speaking of which, so I miss
AEW match.
I miss Lockdown a lot.
Oh yeah,
because
like I was saying in general of all pay-per-view shows,
all the cage matches. I'm not.
But dude, there was like watch Lockdown 2005. Granted, that's the one where Chris Candido does fucking break his fucking leg, but like that show is stupid good. Stupid good.
Is that where AJ had his match?
Abyss.
Yeah, that's a good ass cage match.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't hate having like all cage match show, but you have to that's one of those ones where you need to police the shit out of like finishes, who's doing what. You can't fucking blow your load in the first 2 matches.
That isn't a bad. If you're gonna pay for a cage, you might as well get the use of it.
Well, see, I like what Primo's does, where it's a fucking like. Granted, it's a little annoying when there's like a shit ton of gimmicks in there, because there's no fucking room. But like, I like the murder box. I think that's just it's 3 sides of a cage, fucking no ring, no nothing.
I was at one show that was all cage matches.
Okay, I'm getting ideas. We should save some.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. I was at one in Massachusetts. It was somewhere around Adams, Massachusetts, with King Kong Bundy. and it was all cages. But it was funny because like King Kong Bundy was in the main event, and they like raised it up. I was like, wait, and they took down the cage, and I remember just asking Bundy because I was helping him out at his table. I was like, why? He's like, they aren't paying me enough, kid. And it's like, I was like, well, I mean, you don't have to do anything with the cage. I just figured you're squashing the guy. But it's like, yeah, no.
Is Bundy still alive?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
Sadly. He was a fun crotchety, but like,
I forgot
fun.
we were on air. I'm glad I just realized we still were.
Yeah. We'll end there. Little peek behind, little wrestling jack there.
Yeah. But
of our upcoming SCS, which we're going to decide when we get off the air.
For Dark Side. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the Mick one yet, but I am very excited. Also very excited for this season of Dark Side because my buddy, my favorite wrestler of all time, fucking finally gets his due. The man that they call Vader. I don't know what episode that is, but like
I believe it's the next episode.
I'm so fucking hyped for that. You have no idea because I fucking just love Vader. And like I hope they have his kid on. I don't know if you follow Vader's Twitter and shit, but like his kid just like will randomly post like the coolest fucking.
He was a development talent, Jesse.
Oh yeah. When they tagged a little bit in Japan as well.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still working. I don't think
he's not. Yeah. He wasn't very good.
Yeah. From what I saw, he wasn't. But
more David than Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, more David. Well, maybe a little better than David, but not great.
Yeah, definitely better than David Flair, but yeah.
All right. So guys, we will leave you here. Stay tuned. SCS coming probably soon, if not very soon. So on that note, good night.
Money's on the dresser.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.